Scrappy peeps, Suzanna here today. This is it. This is my last layout for 2017 I'm sharing with you. This is a companion layout to a traveler's notebook spread that I did in his swim journal. So I have to apologize for the way that this video ends up starting out. I realized that I filmed this in slow-mo, I believe. So I had to slow-mo down a ton. These are pictures, so I'm going to begin with 4 pictures, but you can see at the top right of my screen there that there is a 5th picture. These are pictures of my daughter at her Christmas concert for middle school that I converted to black and white. There was a lot of shadow up on the stage. You know what stage lighting is like. And while I was able to get actually pretty clear and good pictures, the lighting was just blah in color, and I much preferred it in black and white. So I took these pictures of her and printed them down at 3x2, and then I pulled out a bunch of Christmas stuff that wasn't necessarily Christmas from Pretty Little Studio that had lots of fun colors in it that weren't just Christmas colors. It had yellow and green and blue, and I created a bit of a grid layout with these. So I stamped, you can see it's a shimmery pink, and I knew I wanted to stamp my title there. So that was going to be my title spot, and then I built the pictures and all of the other elements around this. So I used these letter stamps from Ellie's Studio, and I stamped Sing twice, knowing that I wanted Sing Loud, Sing Proud as my title, and that I was going to use other letters for loud and for proud. So I tested the green first and stamped it twice, and then took these letter stickers from Pretty Little Studio, 2 different colors, and stamped or used them to put loud and proud. Now, what you won't see on this layout is that I did build a grid with these pictures, and the pictures are pretty dominant on that left-hand side with the title in the middle. And I felt like the title was going to fall out because there wasn't something sort of containing the title, and there wasn't that weight of a picture on the right-hand side. So I do end up shifting the picture over on the left-hand side and inserting that 5th picture, which I cut down to a square to the right of Sing. So these other elements are random elements that I got on Black Friday from Pretty Little Studio. I created my own kit in that I tried to order stuff that matched. So you can see I do have bits and pieces. I bought embellishments, but I didn't buy the papers because I really liked the embellishments. And while I really love Pretty Little Studio papers, the 8x8 size kind of wigs me out a little bit. I like my 12x12. So I am just literally putting blocks of color around these pictures to build them up. So in a minute, as I finish constructing the layout itself, I felt that the border was very empty. I liked the black and white and the color on the white because it allowed all the color to shine, but I wanted something as a border. And so what I end up doing is I end up recreating a stamping technique that I used with my Cocoa Daisy stamps from my December kits, and used those to create my own border. I felt like I needed some weight at the top near that snowflake. There was nothing there, so I cut a little piece of pattern paper into a banner, tied some twine around it in a complementary color, and put that sort of overlapping that snowflake there, which it sort of filled that space nicely and gave some necessary weight. So this is the companion technique to a page that I did. So I used the exact same technique. I have the thin diagonal stripes from one Cocoa Daisy kit, and I have the fatter diagonal stripes from another Cocoa Daisy kit, and I'm testing both of these yellows here to see which of the 2 yellows matches best with the yellows that I've got in the Pretty Little Studio stuff, and I went with this one. And I'll put the name if you want down in the box. I can't remember it off of the top of my head, but these are my favorite things, my favorite thing stamps. So what I did was I stamped in yellow, my lightest color first, and I stamped moving around the page. And so you can see I just have a little piece of brown paper bag behind that my Cocoa Daisy kits come in, just so I'm not stamping on my mat. And I stamped this in various depths, and you'll see this much better in the close-ups, and I like the different gradations in colors much better than the monochromatic that I did with my son's swim book. I like that as well, and it works perfectly for the swim book, but for this particular layout with all the colors, the change in colors is really cool. You'll see. So I then cleaned off my stamp and moved to a different color and moved around the edge of the stamp, and I overlapped some of them, which gave a really cool effect as well. And I was really pleased with the way this turned out, and glad that I was looking for a border and sort of played around with this, because I'm definitely going to do this again. I love the way that this turned out, and I could see doing it on a layout and making maybe some pattern paper of my own as a background would be kind of a cool thing to do with this. So just like I did with the other one, I'm going to go all the way around. Some of the stamped images are the full width of this, the full length, height of the stamp, and others are shorter. So I've got this big stamp first with the thinner lines, and I'm trying to use all of the colors that I used in the layout. So I've got a red, a really bright red, the yellow, the pink, green, and sort of that tealy, aqua-y blue. Turquoise. It's really more of a turquoise. So now I've got the green, and I just tried to intersperse colors throughout so that there was a nice mix. There was some good overlap, and I did try to sort of make some mitered corners per se. So by varying the heights and the colors, I was able to kind of make this really cool border. And I know it's hard to see with the depth of the camera so that you can see the whole layout, but when you get to the close-ups, you'll see it's much more vibrant than it looks as I'm filming here, and gives a fantastic finish to this layout, if I may say so myself. So again, I apologize for the speed of the building of the layout. I didn't realize that I was filming in slow-mo and really didn't want to go and film the whole thing and recreate the layout all over again. So this is the finished border, and again, I apologize. As I looked at this off camera, I really needed that extra photo in there, and so you'll see that in the close-ups. This is definitely my last video for 2017. There is still my top 10 giveaway is open. So the video prior to this is my 2017 top 10 layouts, and I have a prize that I'm giving away. So be sure to check that out and subscribe if you don't subscribe. Thanks for stopping in. I hope 2017 has been a great year for you, and I look forward to seeing you in 2018. Happy New Year, my friends. Take care.